year is 1870, and the vast open expanse of the Great Plains offers fertile ground for new settlers. Though water is scarce and streams are few, the deep, brittle soil promises opportunity. For the Thompson family, the promise of a fresh start is undeniable. Their family history is steeped in pioneering spirit. Ancestors pushed westward from Ohio to Indiana, then Illinois, and now the Western Plains beckon. The tools of their migration have evolved over generations, from pack horses to flatboats, and now to oxen and wagons. The patriarch's father fought at Tippecanoe. His son served at Gettysburg. The mother braved forest trails, and her daughter now faces the daunting vastness of the plains. Each Thompson child looks toward frontiers yet untamed. As they journey westward, the Thompsons pause each evening to rest and recharge. While Mrs. Thompson and the children prepare a simple meal of cornmeal mush, Mr. Thompson waters the oxen at a nearby stream. After tethering the animals for the night, the family gathers around their modest campfire. The hearty meal is a welcome reprieve from the long days on the trail. One evening, from a distant ridge, a neighboring settler named Mr. Ellis spots the Thompson camp and decides to pay them a visit. The sight of new arrivals stirs memories of his own journey westward, and he senses an opportunity to offer companionship and guidance. "Ma, see those campers over there? I think we ought to take something to them," Mr. Ellis says to his wife. The plains are lonely, and a visit from neighbors can break the isolation. Bringing news from the east and practical advice, the Ellises arrive at the Thompson camp with warmth and genuine friendship. "We saw your camp and thought we'd come over for a chat," Mr. Ellis says. "It gets mighty lonesome out here." The Thompsons invite them to sit and share stories. The Ellises, having settled in the area months earlier, provide invaluable insights about the challenges of prairie life. As the sun sets over the darkening plains, Mr. Ellis requests music to lift their spirits, and the Thompsons oblige. The days pass, and the Thompsons continue their trek toward their claim, which soon comes into view. Yet challenges loom. Local cattlemen, accustomed to grazing their herds on the open plains, view the newcomers with suspicion. "Planning to settle here, are you?" one cattleman remarks with a tone of defiance. "This land's no good for farming." Mr. Thompson stands firm, pointing to his claim stakes, and the cattleman grudgingly backs off. Such confrontations test the Thompsons' resolve, but their determination remains unshaken. After nearly 3 months on the trail, the family finally reaches the land they now call home. The hazards of the journey, treacherous streams, scorching sun, and the monotony of endless miles are behind them. Their first crop of corn, planted during an earlier visit to stake their claim, stands ready for harvest, signaling a promising start. Using the resources at hand, Mr. Thompson constructs a small sod house, layering thick blocks of prairie grass and soil to form sturdy walls. Neighbors like Mr. Baker and his son pitch in, exemplifying the spirit of cooperation vital to frontier survival. A cedar ridgepole from a nearby canyon supports the roof, and precious lumber from a distant sawmill forms windows and doors. To protect the house from prairie fires, the Thompsons burn a fire guard, a blackened ring of barren land encircling their home. Inside, Mrs. Thompson sets up housekeeping. She plasters the sod walls, arranges shelves, and sets up a small stove that will serve for both cooking and warmth during the harsh winter. Fuel is scarce. The children, Clara and Henry, spend hours each day collecting buffalo chips and sparse twigs for the fire. During the corn harvest, the Thompsons and the Bakers exchange labor, a custom born of necessity in the isolated frontier. On a trip to purchase a horse, Mr. Thompson meets Reverend Parker, a circuit-riding minister whose parish spans the vast plains. The Reverend's visit is a welcome occasion. He shares news of a school being built nearby, a sign of the growing community. Over dinner, Mrs. Thompson offers hospitality and suggests music to end the evening. "We need music out here," she says. "It keeps the loneliness away." As more settlers arrive, the outposts of civilization on the plains begin to organize into a vibrant, self-reliant society. With hard work, courage, and neighborly cooperation, the Thompsons carve a life from the prairie soil, embodying the spirit of the pioneer. Their journey is not just one of survival, but of building a foundation for the future, rooted in the promise of the land and the determination of its people.